Alright, so we're going to show you how to make these Splendor flares. Make them at home. I think they're like 120, 140 bucks if you go and buy them. So you can buy the plastic right off of Amazon. It'll come in a 2-foot by 3-foot sheet. What I did was set up the table saw. I ripped me 4 pieces at 5 inches, and then I had a 4-inch piece left over. If you want these to stick out a little further, then rip them at 6 inches, and you'll still get 4 out of here. And that puts you an inch wider than what I have. I just didn't like them sticking out that far. I wasn't 100% sure I wanted these in the first place, but after riding in the slop last week, it just throws, in the bigger tires, this throws mud all over the windshield. So I wasn't sure I was going to put them in the back either. I knew I wanted them for the front though. So you start out, you get your, and I'll put the link, things you're going to need. Obviously the plastic, a 90-degree drill really helps unless you want to jack this thing up or have to take the wheels off. A 90-degree drill, a 5/16 drill bit, a stubby drill bit would be nice as well. Even with this 90-degree, it was a little tight. These are push pins. You get 150, and you get a tool to come with them for about $9 and something on Amazon. I will provide the links for the plastic and for these things, and you'll need a heat gun. So you start out, if you're going to go the 5-inch route, rip your plastic lengthwise. You'll have 4 pieces, and then after that, you're going to line it up. We're going to show you, you're probably going to want to get some painter's tape and a Sharpie, so you can lay out your corners where you want those, and we're going to show you how to do that. So this is what it looks like. Once again, if you want to make it wider, you can. Let's take a quick look at these. So there they are. They fit in those corners real nice. I'm going to show you how to do that. And then if you look at the back here, those all fit really nice as well. Some of the bought ones, they stick out past here. I didn't think that was required. And I was trying to do this with 1 sheet of plastic, even though I did have 2. But just trying to make it a little more economical and show you guys how to do it. So this is what we do. These are cut at 5 inches wide on a table saw. And to mark where I want my corners to kind of taper off, I put some painter's tape on there. I draw my line, put my radius, and clamp these together. Cut them at the same time. I'll do it on a bandsaw, and that way one will just flip over that goes on the other side of the vehicle, but they'll be the same and they'll match. So now we got them cut them on the bandsaw, and then what I like to do is, while they're still clamped together, is just run them on the belt sander. That smooths up the edge to make it real nice. So what I did, the front ones, you do the front ones, they're going to line up with the inside of this plastic, nice edge. And out here, to the edge out here is 2 inches and 3/4. So I measured 2 3/4 for the rear ones that we're doing. And what I'm going to do is put a piece of painter's tape here, mark my 2 3/4 edge before we bend these. And I'm going to drill my 5/16 holes in here where they're going to go. And then we'll show you how to bend them. Alright, so we put our painter's tape on here, 2 3/4 inches off this edge, mark my line. That's where it's going to line up with the outside of the fender. And then about 1 inch, 1.25 in from that line, about every 4 inches apart, we marked where our holes are going to go. Clamp these back together. It's 5/16 hole. I'm going to put them all in there, and that way I have all the holes in, and then we will bend it. Alright, so what we're going to do is we put this up here. It's going to overlap where the bed separates from the machine. So let's overlap just a little bit. I see my bend is right here, so I'm going to mark that with a piece of tape. So So I know where that's got to bend. Once I got that marked, take your heat gun. You don't have to get crazy with this. Heat right along that line. Only takes a couple minutes. Go ahead and bend it. Bend it right into that corner. You're going to get a little spring back. You're going to want to bend it a little further. Look at that. That's factory. And then we're going to go ahead and repeat that right back here. Alright, so now it's time to do our holes. The front one you could use some clamps to hold this up there. You're not going to be able to do that with this. So I've got my line at 2 3/4. It's not going to be perfect. It kind of goes in a little here. There's some contour that bows out. So I can see where my line is there and here at the back. So you're going to want to hold that up in there. Go your first hole. And then we can use a push pin to hold that one in place and then work our way back from there. And then we'll take this tape off and put all the push pins in. And that's it. Alright, so you can see this is on. We took the remainder piece. This is an entire 36-inch piece. We cut it here. And we took the remainder. And what we did is we heated this up, put it in the vise, and put a little flare on it so that these are kind of overlapped a little bit, but we didn't have a gap. That way you don't have crap flying through there. Rounded the edges, lined it up straight here, lined it up straight here, and we put 3 holes in this, drilled our 3 holes, and put our push pins in. So now with this flared back a little bit, when you open the box and it comes down, they're not going to hit. There won't be an interference fit. So if you wanted, you could buy a second piece of this. You could extend this down further. I think some of the bought ones are down a little bit further. And we cut this right at the end of the wheel well here. Some of the purchase ones, they stick out past the bed. I didn't care for that look. That looks like something that's going to get broke or get hung up on something.